Hey everybody, good morning. Happy Sunday. It's July 26th. Happy birthday to Sherry. She had a big birthday. And it's just so fun to be together as a team. And I know lots of people are doing things for the summer, and that's cool. And so that's why we're recording to get this out, because this is still a jam-packed power punch meeting, Zoom Connect I wanted to bring to you. And again, Sunday's my favorite day, just to be together as a team. So I just wanted to start, what, does anyone want to share a win?
I have one.
Yeah.
So Brittany and I did her first Facebook party last Sunday. And so we've just been doing follow-ups, and we had a 30-day to healthy living presentation, the full presentation that we do during the week to somebody in the group. And she signed up right on the spot. So it was really cool.
Yay. Mm-hmm. So she got the whole set?
She got the whole set and an add-on. Actually, she was the winner through of the drawing. So then I just gave her a gift that went along with the nutrition package.
Awesome.
Since she had the sweet tooth, we just threw in the fit shoes.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that just goes to show too, we've been promoting the 10-day smoothie challenge, or I might have put out 15-day, I don't even know. But but it just goes to show, it's good to just put out the whole thing. We do a 30 days to healthy living, and you get the best bang for your buck with this set. But then if people are like, then you can back down to the 15-day, the half set or whatever. I've been talking to someone who was a PC a long time ago, and then she reached out to me based on my Insta stories and just said, okay, I think I want to do, I need more energy. I eat pretty healthy, but I just, want to boost up my game. So we were talking about protein, the Fizz sticks, and the 7-day body cleanse. So of course she's talking about some other stuff. So I think we're still going to end up with a $250 order, but it's fun. It's fun to at least, have some wiggle room if the sticker price shocks people, or if they don't want to commit to the whole thing, or like she said, she's already, a really clean eater and stuff. But anyway, I still think that we should start with a 30-day, and then, if they're not keen on that, we can have some other things to offer. And I love that, Sherry, how you're booking from bookings. So that's how we keep this business rolling is, you start with one person doing their launch, and then you're following up, then you find other people who are going to host, and this is so exciting.
Yeah, and this girl is really cool. Immediately I was like, oh my gosh, I want her on our team. She's so positive, and we laughed a lot. And she actually is a cancer survivor as well. So hopefully you guys can meet sometime. So she wanted to do the 30 days to help clean her body out from all the chemo.
Perfect. Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. How long ago did she go through that?
She just had her last check to show that she was good to go. She's clear.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So she's pretty new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. She's just now getting her hair back and all that.
Yeah.
It was fun to get to know her.
Awesome. I know. I wish we would have had this when when I finished chemo. We actually this is just a little side story, but I finished chemo in 2003. We first came out with the 7-day body cleanse, which used to be in little glass bottles, like little glass blue bottle. It was so funny. And you had to add it to water. It was like this whole thing, science project or something. And it was dark brown. So it looked kind of, but I think they came out with that body cleanse, in 2008. And it wasn't part of a set. It was just, it was actually part of a spa line. Isn't that the funniest thing? So anyway, the first time I ever used the 7-day body cleanse, I felt like I was going through chemo. And it was 5 years after I'd finished chemo. But I had this the same taste in my mouth that I did in chemo. It was like this metal taste, and I was sick to my stomach, and I started to cry because I was like, oh God, I don't want to relive this. This is the worst. And I called Kathy Oakford, who's a naturopath, and I said, I feel terrible. I just finished my first day of this cleanse, and it is kicking my butt. And she's like, oh, this is awesome. And I'm like, no. I don't think you heard me. I feel horrible. Like, I don't want to do this. And she's like, no, this is like such a great sign, you know, that it's working, that it's pulling those toxins and metals and whatever that we've stored. You know, it brings them back into your bloodstream. So that's why we have symptoms like headaches or feeling tired or whatever. And then your body can clear it out through the liver and kidneys and digestive tract and stuff. So, or through your, you know, body odor or breath or something. Sometimes you have body odor changes when you're doing the cleanse and stuff. And that's just your body detoxing and letting things go. So anyway, I was just, thank God for all the people in my life who understand the detox process and kept me on board, because yeah, anyway, what we have a hold of is so amazing, and it's refined and so much better than it used to be. It's part of this whole package. I just am in awe of how amazing our business is today versus many years ago. So, so yes, anybody who wants a reset, it's a great thing. I'm so excited. Any other wins?
Well, I had one. My sister-in-law, who has been wanting to feel better even after having my nephew 4 months ago, she wanted to do the 30 days, but is very financial conscious. So I was sneaking in conversations with her mom. And her mom actually signed up as a PC earlier in the month and got her the 30 days a couple weeks ago. So she's trying to weave it into her busy life, and so I'm excited for her, hoping that it'll change her life and so on. So
that's awesome. And another thing to consider, you know, when someone's having a budget crunch, and gosh, we all want to save money, right?
Oh yeah.
But think about this too. I mean, it's $25 to be a consultant this month. So even if she signed up as a consultant and then hosted a couple things and got some PCs under her belt, I mean, 4 PCs doing the 30-day is an additional $200 in her pocket.
Yeah.
So think of it that way. Like, you know, instead of I can't afford it, it's like, how can we afford this?
Yeah. I tried talking to her a while ago about doing a consultant and stuff, and she's like, I don't know if I really want to, yada yada yada. So I'm still working on her, because she has a lot of friends and a lot of people under her, and she's very social, she's very out there, and so I'm still working on her. So
maybe she'd want to do a Facebook party. She wouldn't have to do anything, but you know, we do all the work, and all she would have to do is invite people and stuff like that.
I'll talk to her. I'll be seeing her here in person again soon. So
yeah, because you can say, like, we typically give a gift to the host, which I know we haven't done that much this year because of the home parties haven't really been happening, but might be an incentive for her too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just end up, I mean, usually I put in the order anyway myself for people signing up the first time. So then I'll just add whatever, their gift on my card to their order. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That just seems to be easier. No, that's cool. I'm glad you brought that up, and how cool she's at least getting started on the product.
Yeah, she's excited.
Mm-hmm.
A little overwhelmed with everything, but she's excited.
Yeah, cool. I ended up just there, you know how I'm trying to be more intentional about connecting with people watching my Insta stories and stuff, and you know, just using that as a reach out method as well. And my cousin's brother's wife, my cousin's husband's brother's wife, has been following my stories, and we were chit-chatting just about dog pictures and whatever. And, you know, how are you? What you're doing? I know she's had two babies, you know, pretty close together, and she works in Petoskey at the hospital. And, you know, I've always been like curious if she wanted to work less or what she's doing, you know, right now, and if she has another side hustle. And sure enough, turns out she's doing a clothing line, like a fitness clothing line. So then anyway, it's so cool because we ended up deciding to do a Facebook event together. And, you know, she asked me, actually, she goes, would you want to do an Arbonne, you know, a combo event? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, yeah, I think that would be really fun. So it's just a matter of whatever it takes, and building relationships and having fun. Like Sherry said, laughing a lot. And I said, you can talk about the fitness clothes and I can help people fit into them. And so then she liked that idea. So whatever, we're going to have fun, and I'm excited to do it. So yes, and also this month, just to keep this at the forefront in your posts and as you're reaching out. Today I have my list of people I'm going to reach out to about their free gifts, but it's free sign up for a $150 order for a PC. So that's basically, it will cost them $120 to get a membership, you know, to get some products, of course, at their discount, but then also to be a PC for an entire year. So it's a really great value. So let's keep promoting that. It's also only $10 to upgrade. So if they're currently a PC, it's only $10 to become a consultant for the better discount and stuff. So, you know, we just definitely want to keep promoting that. And then $25, obviously, to become a consultant for the first time, which again is unheard of. When I first became a consultant, it was $109. Plus we had to pay $125 for a website. And you know what? It was worth it. But I just think now, like, gosh, we have it so easy. So, and Arbonne's giving us these deals. I always think to myself, we have to use what they're giving us and take advantage of it. So they'll give us, so we'll do this again. You know what I mean? Because if they're like, nobody really cared that we did all these deals. You know what I mean? We're, so yeah, we want to focus on that. I don't have it right in front of me, but it's in my stories. I also put out, because you know the Cecilia Stoll challenge, the 212 degree challenge, which we're going to do full force in August, just FYI. I know Carol wants to do that for the whole nation. But I want to do the, I'm trying to work on it myself this month too. So I put on my stories, you know, I'm sending out, I need 10 people to send samples to, who want to experience Arbonne. I haven't got any takers. I just put it out there last night, but I'm going to put it on my main page today too, just to, again, help, you know, find some new people to experience the products. I'm going to ask them, there's a catch to it, because if they agree, then I'm going to also ask them to share their experience and what they loved on social media as well, and tag me. So whatever it is, whether they end up signing up or not, you know, it'll get more exposure with their network as well. And I can give them some key points about Arbonne, like it's cruelty-free, it's gluten-free, it's B Corp certified, all of that, so that they have a nice post to be able to talk about Arbonne. So that's my intention and goal with sending out samples. I want to really make this work for me. I've sent them out before, and it's just like, sometimes samples can just like blow to the wind, and people are like, oh, I never tried it. Oh, I never, you know. No, we're going to qualify and say, okay, this is what I'm asking. I want you to use them, and then do a post about it. It would really help me out. It means the world. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for you to try this stuff. So that's another idea. And then I wanted to talk to you about, again, just a quick review, and then we'll have Sherry share a little bit about Facebook parties, but a quick review, because Mia was actually talking to me. She's like, Tammy, I have someone that wants to get started, and all of a sudden I don't know what I'm supposed to do to get someone started. And I'm like, you know what, this is so awesome, just to keep kind of going over the basics so that we all know. And you know, obviously the point of getting someone started is to get into their network. And so step one, and this was, you know, impressed upon me through Carol Bodell, because I would say, I have someone new, and she says, great, have they ordered? That was always her first question. And I'm like, oh, well, then they're not a business builder. So just know that they're not a business builder if they haven't ordered products. You know, they can talk all they want, but actions speak louder, right? So that's always step one of getting anyone started. How can you start a business if you've never even tried the stuff? So that's step one. Always, always, always getting someone started. You want to get them started on products, and preferably a package, because they're just going to get more exposure. If it's someone, again, like Melissa, you know, was talking, if someone's on a budget, I would just, you can get them started with just their basic, sign up, but I would hustle hard to earn money to get their products in the same month. Does that make sense? So preferably if you're going to sign someone up without an order, it would be at the beginning of the month. Hustle hard, help them earn some money so they can order the products by the end of the month. And because again, that's just being a person of integrity. If they're going to be talking about signing their friends up, their friends are going to say, so Susie, what products do you love? Well, I don't know. I haven't ordered any. I just want you to buy it. You know what I mean? That just doesn't sit well. So we always, I definitely want to help people with whatever their budget is, but products are key. Like you can't have a business unless you're using them. That's another post actually I was going to put out either, I don't know, today or tomorrow, about what's in your purse. Because again, if you're an Arbonne consultant doing this business, what do you, and we post what we're drinking and stuff, but what's in your purse? What's in your cupboard? What's on your bathroom counter? What's in your, shower? Like, it's cool to just showcase that I truly do use everything and I love it. Okay. So step 1, getting started, get them on products. Step 2 is I encouraged Mia and I encourage all of us to start with a social media post, because again, we want to book their launches, but who are they going to invite? We want to invite the people who have already sparked some interest. So you could put out there, you could put a post even if they haven't received their products and say, I've researched this company called Arbonne. This is why it aligns with my values. Did you hear why? This is why. We always want to get to their why. This is why this company aligns with my values. It's cruelty-free. It's gluten-free. I've had gluten, celiac issues. I've had digestion issues. I'm so excited to finally, try something that has, such a great ingredient policy or whatever. I'm such a big animal person. It's so refreshing to see this company has been the longest standing cruelty-free company with the largest cruelty-free catalog. It really aligns with my values. This is something I want to do to create extra, as we know, a plan B. And I'm really excited to get started. Whatever, just put a post out. If you're interested, I'd love to send you more information. If you're interested in checking it out with me, I'd love to send you more information. Just like a post about something intriguing about Arbonne, and then people are going to say, oh, that's cool, or oh, I love Arbonne, or oh, what are you getting into? Whatever. but at least it starts a conversation on social media, so then you can pull those people who express interest and say, hey, I'd love to send you a video if you're interested, whatever. And then once they get their products, they can put out another post like, oh my gosh, I'm having a fist stick now. It's actually really good. I've been drinking coffee for 12 years, but blah, blah, blah. This is B vitamins that give me energy, whatever, something about when they get their products. And then, so this is how you can start inviting people to their launches, get a launch on the schedule. So step 1, product. Step 2, social media posts. Step 3, launches. And step 4 is, finding, brainstorming with them about business partners. Who do you know who wants more time freedom? Who do you know whose, job is killing them? Who do you know who has dairy issues and allergies and kids, whatever. There's so many moms right now, you guys, who have no idea how they're going to do homeschool and bring in extra money. Like I get emotion around this. There are so many women who are like desperate right now to figure this out, because I've seen on social media, I have a good friend who's an amazing professional photographer, and she just put out this post like, this is hard for me, but I'm referring all my clients to my friend Steve or whatever for school pictures because I'm going to be a stay-at-home school teacher now, like doing homeschool. Like they've had, they're cutting their income in half, and heck yeah, she's on my list to talk to about Arbonne, because so think about, like, we have to be so intentional about reaching out to people because there's such a need right now. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Beyond those 4 things, it's kind of like, okay, show me, show me if you're still on board, and then we can go, go through a fine tooth comb, Again, the 100-person list is great too, just as a memory jogger for inviting to launches and stuff, neighbors, people you went to school with, relatives, co-workers, people you go to church with, any kind of groups, that kind of thing. The 100-person list is a great memory jogger. But just starting with those 4 steps: products, social media post, invite to launches, and business partners. And then you can get your upline, you know, me, Sherry, whoever, on a Zoom with them to talk to them more about, you know, being part of Arbonne as well, and figuring out their why and seeing how this could be a fit. So that's basically it. We're just, you know, we just want to start there. So I hope that's clear. And then we can go deeper and get to the website and trainings and talk about, you know, team and all of that too. But it's kind of like, okay, show me if you're really into this or not, because just because someone has a consultant ID number doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do the business, right? We've all experienced that reality. Doesn't matter how much we wish them to do the business. It's kind of like, show me. So, and I actually have a training around that. So, but first we want to just hear from Sherry, because again, I'm just so intent on really refining and getting good at the basics. And so I've had lots of questions just about, you know, how do you set up a Facebook party? And just kind of, you know, feeling intimidated about that. And I just want us to feel good, because this, again, this is our showcase. This is our Arbonne store. This is how we invite people in to this beautiful community and culture. And again, I'm telling you, people are going to bed at night freaking out, worried about this fall, worried about finances, worried about just needing something. So I feel this urgency in my heart, and Facebook parties is where it's at. This is where they're going to feel that connection, that community, and also see what a credible, you know, quality company this is. So, oh my goodness, with all that being said, yes, we'd love to have Sherry just share her screen and just show us what she's doing to set up a Facebook party.
Tammy, thanks for doing the how to get people started, because I feel sometimes it's overwhelming when you go to like our website and there's so many steps, and I think it can kind of scare people at first, you know what I mean? And especially as a leader, I'm always like, blah, here's all the information. And then it's just, but those 4 steps I think are perfect to just kind of see where people are at and to move forward after that. I'm going to start doing that. That's a really good idea. So as of Facebook parties, I've been learning a lot from these guys, and the key is all in the follow-up and just building relationships. I actually reached out to Molly, who's part of our Wednesday multi-nation calls, because I saw and heard from her that they're having success within their parties. So I was just like, how is she doing this? Like, what is she, to me, it's more, what is she saying to people? So what I loved when she was talking to me the other day is once you have the Facebook party started, you go out to each person and you become friends with them on Facebook. And then the next thing you do is you introduce yourself, because if you're not the one hosting it and it might be somebody else, you're not going to know these new contacts, right? So you just reach out and you start to ask them, how do they know this person? Like, thank you so much for joining this Facebook party. I can't wait to share with you. My name is, Sherry Holifield. I'm just curious, how do you know the host? And I was like, that is so perfect, because then you're starting, it's not all about Arbonne. It's just starting to ask some questions around them. So I'm going to start tweaking that a little bit around that. Because I was going more on like, what are you interested in? Like things like that. So anyway, I love that it's just getting personal, because that's what we're about. And so let me share my screen. I'll show you how I actually do a party. I think you gotta let me share it, Tammy.
Oh. How do I do that? Yeah, it's, oops. How do I do that?
I don't know. It just says host disabled.
Really? Darn. So weird. Let's see. Basic, advanced. What's this? Content from second camera.
While you're looking at that too, the other thing, Molly had told me too, is she's like, because I was thinking maybe she's having everyone sign up like immediately. She said a lot of times it's just nursing the relationship and nurturing it. And she's like, we might not have somebody sign up for 2 months. So she's like, it's just building those relationships. Cause I kept getting like down of like, they're not signing up immediately. So it's again, building those relationships and you never know, it might be in a week, it might be in a month, it might be in a couple months.
I think I just did it. It was
Okay.
under security. Yeah, and honestly, this is what we did. If someone was at my house, I would take them to the sink and we do a wash with the sea salt scrub. I think we did that at your house, Melissa. And that's exactly what I ask is, how do you know the host? How do you, what do you do? Do you have kids? Whatever. So that's the exact same thing. I love it.
Yeah, no, I always like to hear those reminders because sometimes I think I just get so focused on the task. So it's good reminder. Okay. So when you're on Facebook, you have to be at your home screen and then you go into groups and then you can do create new group. I'm not going to create a new one, but that's basically what you do. You can put a cover photo in there. You come up with a group name. I keep it as private.
Right. Just to reiterate, this is a group, not an event, because an event like ends, whereas a group can stay open and people can go back and watch it in their own time.
Right. So I'm going to just open up the one that I just did so you can kind of see what it looks like. So this is the one with Brittany. So I just labeled it Healthy Living Inside and Out. And these images I got from Jess Champagne, did a whole training call around this. And she actually has like I don't know if it's still up because this was before we went in and changed things, but
she has an updated one.
Okay. So she has like all of the images, all of the things to say. So I've actually tweaked mine from hers because hers was very, there was only a Facebook Live and that was it. And it's just more images. So this is what I do. But from here, I actually created an event where you can create the event within there where you put in the day that you're going to actually have the Facebook Live. And so let's see. So this is where it was like I did it Sunday, July 19th. So you just put create event and then you can put in like the day and the time that it's happening because then it'll send the reminder. So then the types of posts that I do are, let me get to the very bottom. So, okay. My very first post is, I just did this one where I'm welcoming everyone to the party and just explaining how it works. And then I did this post around the company because I wanted people to know about the company. So I'm not explaining it in my Facebook Live. So I posted the company brand video that gives an overview. And what I like about this too is you can see who's seen it, like who's been invited and who's watched it, which is really nice because this is another way that you can follow up with people too, which we do it specifically around the actual Facebook Live. Then I do a post around taking a poll. So asking people, are they looking to, have weight management, better sleep, all of that kind of stuff. And this helps me get an idea of what each person is interested in. And I can see like this girl, this is the one that we talked to yesterday and she signed up. She hit like all of these. And so the reason why I put be surrounded by positive and supportive people is this is good for the business side. So there's 2 people that actually like have said that. So this is going to just help me know what kind of questions to ask and be able to like share more information with them. So I love this one because it also gets people to be more involved. And then Jess Champagne had this one on here, which is like, this is, drop a gift to explain your like health goals. So I love this one because it's always fun to see what people come up with. And then you just respond to them. This one I thought was hilarious with the cat. So that's another one that I do. So again, it's just getting people involved. And then I do a post it's telling them I think this is happening about 30 minutes before the actual Facebook event is happening, just as a reminder to them that it's going to be happening. And then I did a post that gives a brief overview of the 30 Days to Healthy Living. So I've got that in some of the shake, recipes. And these were all after, so you can't tell, but these were all after the Facebook Live. And again, Jess Champagne makes hers very simple. She doesn't go this deep, so you don't have to do it this way. This is just what I do. So I do the brief overview, and then I talk about the skincare, because that's, just as important as what we eat, and just showing a variety of things. And then I showed the makeup and talking about being cruelty-free and what that means. And my Facebook Live is popping up as number one. I don't know why it's doing that, but actually that happened before all the pictures of the products. So I did the Arbonne brand video, then there's this Facebook Live, and we give them 2 days to review it. So it's cool because you can see everyone has seen it, which is awesome. So we didn't have to send in reminders, because I told Brittany just to keep checking that out. Because if we're coming at the end of the 2 days and we see the people I haven't seen, we can just send out a friendly reminder saying, hey, wanted you to be included, in the drawing. So, you might want to check out the Facebook Live. So it's really nice to see that everybody saw it. And then some people are actually on it live. So that was good. And
how long is your video?
Mine was, I think, 17 minutes. I try to keep it under 15 minutes, but I think it ended up being 17. And then the day that it was closing, I just gave the brief overview of the benefits and things like that, and just talked about it being a good month to jump in and all of that. So the cool thing with Facebook is you don't have to post these all throughout the day. You can set them up in advance, which is what I did. And you basically just go into here and you do create post, and then you go into these 3 little dots for more. And then you go into, this is where you can pick the poll, or you can do a GIF or whatever. And then as you write something, you can go down here to the schedule post. And then this is where you put the day and the time. And then when you do, you press schedule. So then all of your scheduled posts will happen at the times that you're putting on there, which I love this. You just can sit down, create your Facebook party in one sitting and be done. And you can always go back and look at your posts. Oops, sorry. Oh goodness, sorry. So you can always see your post down here. You can pick go back through, because sometimes I don't have any scheduled posts right now because they're all posted, but that's where you can go in and look at all of your scheduled posts, make sure you really like the way that they're flowing, and you can always change them.
That's great. And you can change them according to people's comments and stuff. So that's cool. Mm-hmm. How many days is this? 3 or 4?
I just do 48 hours. So 48 hours from the time that the Facebook Live is scheduled. So I did last Sunday at 7 p.m. And so then I closed the group, Tuesday at 7 p.m. and do the drawing.
I guess what I'm asking is, so from the beginning, Brittany says, okay, I want to do this party. Mm-hmm. You set up the group that, a week before, or?
I don't think you have to. Hers we did 5 days in advance, but I don't think you need to. For example, Brenda and I are talking about doing one together. I think we could literally go as quickly as tomorrow at 7 p.m., let's say, because that's giving you the day to invite people, because it's Facebook. I mean, it's not like people have to show up anywhere. You know what I mean? So and they have 48 hours to review this. So you can do it as quickly as tonight. I mean, it's just really up to the person that's hosting it and the time frame that they have to send out the reach outs. So I've done one that's been 24 hours later, or with Brittany, we did it 5 days later because she wanted to make sure she was available for the Facebook Live. Mm-hmm. And then the last thing I do at the end is show who the winner is, which there's a really cool tool that Jessica shows too, where you can actually physically go on and have like a spinning wheel that draws the name for you. I just didn't do that because I was out running around doing stuff and I didn't have time to go on and like pull that up and do all of that. So I just ended up putting the person's name that I drew and all of that. And then I just reached out to her because I wanted to tailor the gift to her based on our conversation.
Yeah, I was just going to ask that. How do you decide what to give?
That's what I do. Jessica shows that she does it based off of, she just picks a gift in advance.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll show it and just say, this is what you can win. But for me, I just like the idea of getting more personal with them. And then it also gets them to chat with you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I just said, congratulations, you won this. I sent her a DM. I actually sent her like a voice text, and I was just like, hey, I'm so excited you won. Would love to have a few minutes to chat with you because I'd like to tailor the gift to something that would benefit you the most. And so then she was like, you know what, I'm really interested in the 30 days. I said, awesome. Would you be open to, seeing the entire presentation? Because I just gave a brief overview. And she was like, yeah. And I said, okay, cool. Then we can discuss what your free gift is during that conversation.
Good. That's great.
Yeah.
That's really great because you turned a free gift drawing into a one-on-one. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I have another girl that we're going to, out of this group that we're still trying to set up a time tonight to share the 30 days to help the presentation with, because she's interested as well. And it was all from like after the Facebook group was closed, it's just Brittany and I were going back out and reaching out to every single person, again, thanking them for attending and, if anything resonated with them after watching that video, and just getting conversations going that way. So we're still working because, as you saw, she had, I think, 15 people accept, which is awesome. That is a great turnout, and all of them watched it. So I just told her she's going to have to just start building the relationships and talking to these people and just getting to know them. So, it's just going to take some time.
Yeah, I love this. So your Facebook Live was, I'm Sherry, this is, my background. This is why I decided to align with Arbonne. These are some things that stood out to me. Yeah.
I just said who I was, said my relationship with Brittany. And I said, Brittany is so excited that you guys are here. She thanks you so much for taking the time to learn more about something that changed her. And it also has changed me. And I just introduced like how I got into Arbonne and why. And then I just gave a brief overview of the 30 Days to Healthy Living. So I always love to share the 5 key principles because I feel like that's what makes us different from everyone out there. So I just asked a few questions. I just looked at the overall presentation that's on Born in One Nation website. And I just gave like a couple statistics, a couple questions to kind of start, getting people thinking. And then I shared our 5 key principles, and I had the physical product there. And then I showed each product and just gave a brief overview of what it does. And then that was it. And then again, thanked everyone for being there. And
so you're basically focusing on the healthy living.
Yeah.
For that party. Yeah.
Yeah. And I talked about, the skincare is just as important as, I forgot I did have that on there too. I said the skincare is just as important as what you eat. And I shared a couple products that Mike uses. So I did the 3-in-1 body wash. And then I also showed his shaving cream because those are his 2 favorite products, because I feel like it's good to share men's stuff because I get so focused on the women's, but we're all buying for our guys. So I showed that. And then I just showed a couple summer essentials for myself that I'm using right now, which is the gelée for sunburns. I showed the body butter, which is like my favorite lotion. And then, the detox oil. So it was good because I covered all of that. And then one of the girls actually sent Brittany a DM asking about the detox oil. She wanted to understand more about that. She's like, oh, I like that. You could use it for bug repellent and it's healthy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just the 30 Days to Healthy Living, and then just products that we're using now that we're loving that's on your skin.
Mm-hmm. That's perfect. Because then the things you talk about end up being their add-ons.
Right.
Yeah. I've had so many people, again, when we were doing home parties, who wanted the sea salt scrub because we used it at the beginning of the party and they're smelling it the whole time. And they're like, I have to have that. or we put eye cream on and then they're like, oh my gosh, you know, they could even see a difference in one sitting. Just do one eye or whatever. But how fun is this? Okay, this is like, I hope Sherry sharing this is just taking the anxiety away, and just this is how we're doing it moving forward. You know what I mean? This is how we're doing our business. So we have to get good at this, you know? I was thinking, so now we're going to transition to some leadership training, because it's always, you know, skills and mindset, they have to go together if we want to grow ourselves and grow our business. But I was thinking again, like I'm obsessing over how we can duplicate our business better. And because, you know, that's something, it's like, we're excited, but it's like, okay, I need a whole team of people who are excited. And how can we duplicate better? These Facebook parties duplicate, Zoom things duplicate, having, you know, the presentations available to us in borntowinnation.com, those duplicate. It's always good to use the tool to show people I'm not making this up on the top of my head. Here's exactly where I got the information, and that duplicates. So for example, think about this. Generally, an RVP, it takes 16 district managers to become an RVP. I think we had 10 or 11 when we first promoted to RVP. But think about that. So how does that work? Like say you're a team of one today. What if you duplicated yourself in a month? You know, that's 2. What if you duplicated yourself the next month? So those 2 people duplicated them. So that's 4. What if you duplicated yourself again on month 3? That's 8. What if you duplicated yourself again in month, what is that, 4 or 5? That's 16. So you know what I mean? Like this doesn't have to take, you know, 45 years to become a VP. It's just a matter of, you know, having a system in place that we can duplicate. For us right now, I think we have 18 managers on our team in our region right now. So I was thinking about that this morning, like, holy cow, if we duplicated one time, that's 36. That's 36 managers just from, you know, just from each of us promoting out one district manager. How cool is that? And then one more, you know, 36 times 2 is 72. It takes generally around 64 district managers to become a nation. I got excited thinking about this, duplicating, you know. I really believe we're going to become a nation this year. And I've been just, again, trying to like drill down on the basics and the mindset. So this is what I want to share about leadership. It was this week, I kind of had a moment where I called myself out. Do you ever have those moments like, ooh, that hurt a little bit? But I was listening to something and it like really spoke to me, and I've been thinking about it all week. But basically, how do you know you believe something? How, you know, because I was thinking like, how do I know Carl loves me? Well, because he cooks for me every day. He does nice things all the time. He says nice things. It's what he does. It's not just him. You know what I mean? It shows up in what you're doing. So how do I believe we're going to be a nation this year? Does my calendar reflect that I'm an MVP to be? I was just like, ooh, like, okay, so if you want to be an area manager, what is your, that's nice to say, woo, I want to be an area manager, but what does your calendar look like? Does it, you know what I mean? It's like, that's really the proof that you believe it. Because I was like, wow, if my calendar doesn't reflect that I'm an MVP to be, do I really believe I'm an MVP to be? Huh. So that got it just like, I don't know how to say it. I get determined by like, this is not the way I'm going down. You know what I mean? I get kind of like that righteous anger inside of me. Like, I am not gonna, die on this hill with an empty calendar and wanting to be an MVP. Like, how sad is that? So it just inspired me to, again, think about influential people and reaching out to them and talking to scary people and not missing anybody. Because again, it's oftentimes it's the people we don't know or we don't think about that often that end up joining our business. But it's the process of doing what we know we're supposed to be doing that and that commitment that attracts people to our team. So I wanted to ask you, like, what it's talking to me. What are the qualities? How do you, like, what would an MVP say? What would an RVP say? How do they think? I remember being on this, it's a Richard Bliss Brooks podcast, and he would interview all of these top leaders in network marketing. And they always had this underlying belief. Like, one girl talked about, her whole posture when she talked to people was just about being unconditionally curious. Like, I don't know if this is a business opportunity or not, but I'm going to be unconditionally curious and just ask them lots of questions and then see if this is something, an opportunity to bring up the business or not. Someone else just had, and I have this belief inside of me that people are looking for this. And I know that in my heart, and it might not be everyone that I talk to, but I know in my heart people are looking for this, or a way, to have some extra. So just having that belief. So what do VPs hold in their heart? What do they, how do they think? I remember, again, so I started listing this. And it's like the more I started, and I want us to brainstorm with this, together, but I'll get the ball rolling here. The more I started writing things down, I'm like, oh my goodness, yes, a VP would do this. A VP would think like this. And so top leaders are intentional about meeting people. They're intentional about meeting positive and influential people. That means we carry samples on us. We carry extra. We're, as we're washing our hands next to someone in the restroom, we're given a compliment. We're just positive people that attract other positive people. Does that make sense? We're looking to, get referrals from referrals. We're looking to send out samples, meet new people. We're intentional about filling our calendar. We're planning on meeting new people. I put extra stuff in my purse every day, like, you never know who I'm going to talk to at the gym today. Or, again, I went to this new hair person and it's turned out to be a wonderful thing. But just being intentional about meeting new people. There's a neighbor I talk to, just walking the dog every day. And I've asked her a lot of questions about herself. So now my next step is I want to ask her if I can give her some samples and just have her take a look at Arbonne. So we notice people, we give compliments, we make people feel important, heard, understood. There's a warmth about us, right? We're open to connecting, even if our hair isn't perfect, even if we're feeling bloated, even if we aren't feeling our best, we're still open to connecting with people. I tell you what, this has happened to me so many times where I've actually added people to my team when I did something I didn't feel like doing, but I did it anyway because I was committed. We're open to connecting. We're passionate about a cause. And so I thought this was interesting. Sometimes, sometimes there's times where I think there's personalities that just aren't as, how do I say it? Just don't have that ability to be vulnerable with people right at first. And that's okay. You can still be super successful being exactly who you are. But think about this, when you have a cause that's important to you, it takes the walls down. It's easy to connect when you're passionate about a cause. I know for you, Melissa, you're so passionate about children, and mamas and health. I mean, when you're passionate about those things, that doesn't mean you have to tell your whole life story. Just be passionate about those things. And it takes the wall down, So I was just thinking about that. Like, you don't have to make people cry or anything. You can just be passionate about the things that matter to you. And it brings down your own walls. It makes you easier to connect to. People who are in leadership are always, well, in Arbonne, not in every leader position, but in Arbonne, they're always positive, always grateful. They can turn a negative into a positive in an instant. Oh, there's like a huge line for customer service, you know, wait time. We're growing, we're in this boom phase. It's so exciting, you know, you can turn anything into a positive. We have a full calendar, and that's where I was like, ooh, I gotta work on that. We follow through with what we say. We do what we say we'll do. And that's so huge. It sounds like a little thing, but that is everything, because we're building trust. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. And you're trustworthy when you do what you say you're going to do. We also make up for a long lost time by honoring our commitments. So meaning if we have a vacation scheduled, we're going to get our parties in before or after. We're going to make up for it. We're not going to take a week off. We're going to make up for that time because we're committed. We have an accountability partner. That's a good one too, right? Just to kind of, you know, have a friendly competition or some, you know, push each other. We work on mindset daily. We celebrate wins. Everyone said no, but I'm so proud of myself for reaching out today to the 3 people that I wrote down. You know what I mean? Like, we celebrate that instead of like, man, nobody, blah, blah. No, celebrate. I did what I was supposed to do to move my business forward, and I'm so proud of myself. We're self-aware, so we're constantly evaluating, you know, well, maybe I could have said it different. Well, maybe, you know, I'll get Sherry's eyes on this text and, and see how I should follow up. Top leaders can bet on themselves. I'm not sure. I started all these new people and I don't know where they went, but I know I'm going to bet on myself, and I will until I'm going to keep going. They have high integrity. They're solution oriented. They're the people who turn a setback into a comeback every time. Do you see where I'm going with this? Like, it's so cool to hear, to, you know, just kind of get into the mind of a top leader. And I just posted this quote I thought was so good, because sometimes we get, you know, stuck in our head about just feeling disappointed or whatever, that things didn't go the way that we thought, and we get attached to the results, right, instead of just the activity. So leaders are attached to the activity, not the results, because they know the results will come in time. So things you can control: your being, how you show up. I'm being positive, I'm being optimistic, I know something good is going to happen today and I can't wait. We can control our beliefs. I believe people need this now more than ever. We can control our attitude. Wow, everybody said no, but at least I did what I was supposed to do. We can control our thoughts. We can control our perspective. We can control our, how honest we are. We can control what books we read, how often we exercise and take care of our bodies, how we treat ourselves, how many risks we take, the type of food we eat. We can control how kind we are to others, control how we interpret situations. Sherry hears me say this all the time. Well, that's interesting. Because interesting isn't good or bad. It's just interesting, right? Like, that isn't what I expected, but that's so interesting.
I start saying that now too.
It's great. I've heard Carl say that too now. Rubbing off. We're in control of how we express our thoughts, whether or not we ask for help, how many times we smile in a day. We're in control of who we associate ourselves with. We are in control of what we do with our spare time, how we spend or invest our money, how often we say, I love you. We're in control of how much time we waste worrying. We're in control of the amount of effort we put forth, how often we think about our past, whether or not we judge other people, how often we give time to appreciate life, and whether or not we try again after a setback. I just thought that those were eye-opening things, because sometimes we get all stuck in our stuff, but there's so much that we actually are in control of. So with all of that being said, I wanted us just to, again, just take this as a checkpoint of, you know, what do we want, and do our actions and activities in our calendar reflect our goals? So that was my wake-up call this week. I'm like, all right, Tammy, you need to turn it up, as Carol always told me, just turn it up, Tammy. And so I wanted to introduce this to you. I think maybe only Amy on our team right now did this before, but there's something in Arbonne called the goal card. And I wanted to share this with you guys, and I'll post it, but I was thinking this would be fun to do. It's basically an affirmation to say every day, all day long. You can put it in your car, put it on your computer screen, put it in on the bathroom mirror, wherever you're going to see it throughout the day, and just take a minute and say this over and over and over, because again, we're rewiring our brains and we're setting intentions. And then also, you know, we have to look at our calendar and make sure this is reflecting, you know, our activity matches this. But it says, this is a goal card. And it says, I am so happy and grateful for my perfect health, my unstoppable confidence, and the abundance of time, money, and freedom in my life. I attract the right people, resources, and opportunities, and I will be, whatever it is, an area manager by October 2020. I will be a regional vice president by November 1st, 2020. We will be a nation by December 31st, 2020. So just to again, have that on repeat in your mind. And I love how this also influences kids, you know, to hear moms and dads expressing their goals and what they're working for, and affirmations. I mean, this stuff, it translates. There's this ripple effect. When you improve yourself, it improves all the people around you. So what I saw other teams doing is posting this goal card with their specific goal on their social media as well. You could put it in your stories. I probably wouldn't put it on my main post, but just because it says the word freedom, I don't think we can say freedom, time freedom. I don't know. Anyway, we'll just keep it in our stories, but this is something for you to write down and have all around your house. And then, you know, just as a reminder, okay, this is my goal and I need the activity to match the goal. And how am I doing with that? So does that sound good? Do you want your goal card? I'm excited about it. I had this, like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I loved it. Actually, it always put me in a good mood when I said it. I'm so happy and grateful for my perfect health, my unstoppable confidence, and the abundance of time, money, and freedom in my life. I attract the right people, resources, and opportunities, and I will be an MVP by December 31st, 2020. And then you can get on the phone. Then you can get on the treadmill. Then you can go feed the dog, whatever. So I'll send that out. But yeah, thoughts, input.
We're all quiet. No, I agree with you. The action, and I think the personal growth, honestly, is like the biggest thing that's gonna, for me, help me with my business, because it's easy to do the tasks, but it's like, I've learned a lot about myself over the past year. If I'm not doing that, I get back into my corporate mode, and I feel like I'm doing more tasks than I am like learning about people and helping others. And it's a completely different mind change. And I think that's what makes Arbonne so different from other MLMs, because we're learning and teaching to think about others, you know, and not worry so much about the sales, I guess, because the sales will come, but you have to focus on others first. And every leader, every single time, talks about personal growth and how important it is. And if you don't have time to read, podcasts.
Yeah, good point. Good point. There's so many Audible books and everything too. And just, yeah, I would listen to all that stuff, folding laundry, brushing my teeth, whatever, you know, doing house chores.
Yeah, just what you were saying, Tammy, about the your calendar reflecting, you know, your goals and where you want to be. That really, you know, hit home for me as well, because yeah, I'm working a full-time job as well too, but my calendar has not reflected on, you know, I want to get to that area manager goal here, like I would love for it to happen this year yet. So, but my calendar is not reflecting that. So it is just rearranging my schedule and just looking at, you know, what are my priorities. And so it just, yeah, that was definitely a very, very much an eye opener for me of like, oh, okay, yeah.
Do you know, and this was back in ancient times, it feels like 2013, but that's when I decided to do this as a business and treat it like a business. And all I did one event a week. I'm not saying, you know, just rest on one. It's always good to have more than that. But as I was working 2 other nurse jobs, I did every Tuesday at my house an event. And then I also always had like another one, like that I booked from that, like either another presentation or another one-on-one or something, you know, so at least I had a couple things going every week, and it didn't matter if I had a vacation, I always like made up for it. Sometimes I'd have to, you know, I didn't have anybody come on a Tuesday, so I'd have to hustle and get something else scheduled. So, but what I'm saying is you can do this alongside what you're currently doing, and that's what Arbonne's meant to be, is to fit in to whatever your life looks like. And it was 2 years, Brenda. It took me actually 14 months to become an area manager, but 24 months total, and we were a region, just from that steady activity. So it is absolutely possible, and it's just about, again, having a consistent schedule, treating Arbonne like a job, you know, Arbonne like an actual business, and then having a way to duplicate, you know, and we do. These Facebook parties will duplicate, the Zooms will duplicate. We just have to do it and then show people.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's exciting. I see you as an area manager, lady.
Ah, thank you much. Thank you.
Yeah. And our team call is going to be bursting at the seams.
Yes.
It'll be great. Any takeaways from you, Melissa?
I just need to step up my game again.
Oh, wait, I can't hear you.
I unmuted myself.
There.
I just need to step up my game again. I just kind of fell off. I don't know what happened, but my mindset just wasn't there. And we've had a lot of shift change at work and a lot of craziness with everything, and just trying to get my mindset back into everything again. So, and the goals and the one thing a week will be helpful, I think. So
that's honestly a great way to reach out to people, or a great post is to say, I don't know about you, but there's been so many shifts and changes going on. I'm out of my normal schedule, but I'm ready to get back on track, and, you know, on track for healthy living, back on track for building my side hustle. You know, I'd love to connect with you if you're feeling the same. You know, that's great. That's very relatable. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all of us for hanging in there with all these transitions that are just like mind-blowingly unprecedented. Like, holy cow, who would have ever thought?
yeah,
so,
right.
Proud of all of us. We're making history right now by hanging in there and, you know, continuing to show up. So proud of you and so excited for you. And holy cow, close day is Friday. And we're almost like, what are we, like 2 or 3, I think 2,000 QV away from today, from where we ended last month. So we're like way ahead of last month. We still have 6 days. It's super exciting. Like, yeah, like this is amazing. We're having a great July. I'm so proud of everyone. And yeah, let's just promote like crazy the free PC sign up and the half cost, you know, consultant sign up, the $10 upgrades, the free gifts, woo, Facebook parties, samples. Let's go for it. Love you. So proud of you.
Thanks, Tammy.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.